Breaking. Good afternoon.
This is First Alert News. Today,
Wait, there was breaking news on September 2nd, 1923, 1 day ago. Out of control fires burnt up Tokyo, Japan, and the surrounding area, following just after a very large earthquake.
the death toll so far is unbelievable. As the earthquake began at around noon, many people were cooking food over hibachis, which then flipped over, starting many small fires, which then grew as they joined.
Moments later, many buildings have collapsed and numerous fires have been recorded, devastating the city.
Soon after, though, the huge fire tornadoes were put out by an enormous 40-foot tsunami wave, ultimately making things worse.
As stated previously, this huge and deadly fire was located in Tokyo, Japan, and the surrounding areas such as Chiba and Kanagawa.
Japan is an island located off the east coast of Asia, specifically South Korea. It's unfortunately placed right in the Ring of Fire.
The Ring of Fire is made up of almost every single country's coast surrounding the Pacific Ocean.
The epicenter of the earthquake responsible was to the east of Sendai.
Sendai, Japan is the largest city in the Tohoku region and the second largest city in the north of Tokyo. On September 1st and 2nd, just 1 day ago, Japan was devastated by a huge fire burning many buildings.
The fire started at about noon September 1st, causing huge fires and powerful aftershocks to continue on through the next day.
This fire of Tokyo, Japan, 1923, will go down in history. As the fire continued to burn, the people had no idea what might be coming next. When they found out, there was good news.
And very, very bad news. The good news was that they all got relief from the fire, but the bad news is it was put out by a 40-foot tsunami wave.
Many people were attempting to flee, but several people died before they were saved by the Empress of Australia ship that was helping many people out to sea and away from the fires.
While all of this chaos was happening, 80% of the nearby city of Yokohama was destroyed, as well as most of Tokyo. The Imperial University Library, housing some of the oldest and rarest books in the art in the world, was lost, sadly.
The Imperial Hotel, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, sank 2 feet into the ground, but luckily managed to stay upright. About 9,000 factories were destroyed, causing damage to the region's economy. This is definitely a disaster to be remembered. Many people lost their lives and loved ones, and are counting to in the very strong aftershocks.
As you know, soon after all the fire started, they were put out by a tsunami.
That is exactly why the disaster was not as long-lasting as some others, because it has the worst ending. We have an interview with a survivor of the major disaster with us today.
What did you do when the disaster hit? Well, I was just feeding my dogs when it happened. The ground started shaking and dog food was flying everywhere. I didn't know what to do. So I just grabbed my two dogs and we just ran. We ran outside and the scariest thing met me outside. All of the houses in my neighborhood were burning and I didn't know what to do. Everywhere there were just flashes of red lights from fire trucks. But thankfully, I was picked up by the Empress of Australia on their ship. And I was so thankful, but it was so scary because while I was on the ship, babies crying, firemen yelling, people looking for their families. People just running in the streets. So what did you do in this disaster? Fires happening, water was spewing everywhere, hit fire hydrants, and babies were just wailing for them.
And there
Sorry for technical difficulties. Hold on.
And there you have it, a survivor of this horrible disaster.
Hold on, guys. Okay, so the cause of the fire was a very large earthquake, 8.3 magnitude, in fact.
This fire, from what we know, is one of the most lethal of all. Compared to death tolls of previous fires, this one is insane.
Well, this disaster definitely did not end up happily ever after.